Gate 14 podcast presented by FanDuel Canada. And folks, just when we thought the high point of the season was dog walking the A's in a 4-game set, the 36-23 Phillies come to town and get stuffed in a goddamn locker by the Toronto Blue Jays. This is the best I've felt in a long time. I can't even. I don't know what else there is to say. This is unbelievable, dude.
2 of 3 against the Phillies is like better than 4-game sweeping the dog ass A's.
Yeah, I think easily for that. And going back to your point, lost the first one, won the next 2. Series feels like the greatest series ever walked.
You can just forget the first game.
I don't even want to talk about it.
If you lose the first game, you don't even have to remember it. It's just out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't even matter anymore. You're going hot into your next series, and you could lose the first one. You win the next 2. You're laughing again.
You brought up a cool stat in the office. Let the people know what the Blue Jays position players rank in WAR in all of baseball.
Oh, I forget the number. 6th, right?
6th in baseball, Toronto Blue Jays.
Position player WAR. They're fucking
Ross
doing
the boss. Ross the boss.
Everything. They're just doing it big right now.
I think gun to my head, or sorry, GUN to my head. Don't want to get canceled off YouTube. If you asked me, would you have Roki Sasaki right now or Miles Straw? I want Miles Straw right now. That's who I want. I saw a tweet about this earlier. Is Miles Straw the best free agent acquisition so far for this team right now? Like the best move they've made in the offseason? Because Jimenez has been hurt below 600 OPS.
Did Heineman sign back on, or was he already with the team?
He was already with the team.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'd give it to him. He's been pretty great. Jimmy, before he got hurt, was probably up there. But, no kidding, man. Miles Straw has been – and we kind of banged the drum on it. Like, obviously, we didn't think he'd be able to –
start.
Yeah, well, we weren't sure, like, if he was going to ever give – a great output for the team this season.
I thought he was going to start in New Hampshire.
Okay. But the main thing we said was a guy who seems like he has a ton of pride was going to want to do whatever he can, like be the best teammate to help this team out to continue his career. He would give back most of the money he's making.
That's an understatement.
Just for the chance to be a legitimate help on a baseball team in the big leagues again. And he's been fucking awesome. And he seems to be a great teammate. And right now, like when you get those couple Miles Straw games, it helps. And what was it? 3 runs batted in today. Just doing a great job.
It feels like every game I go to now, he gets the Gatorade bath because he's just been on the fucking loose.
Yeah.
Just an awesome series, man. And for all you naysayers in the comments that said let's see him do it against a real team, they did it against a real team, man. I mean, that Phillies team bangs. I look up and down that lineup. I mean, you could have made an excuse if Harper was still injured. He didn't play this series. He played the series. But I did want to talk about the duo of Tyler Heineman and Alejandro Kirk. Tyler Heineman right now in baseball, I saw the stat. I think Griff tweeted it or someone else tweeted it. Actually might have been Evan. Evan tweeted it. Tyler Heineman right now is 6th in baseball right now in catcher WAR.
I think he was AL catcher WAR.
AL catcher WAR. Tyler Heineman is 6th with 80 less at-bats than everyone.
Tyler Heineman has a higher WAR than Adley Rutschman this year.
But Giraffe Neck Mark will tell you he's solid. Listen, I can't believe it, Avery. Tyler Heineman has been again. He's a backup catcher. Am I going to expect this guy to hit 350 all year, 400 whatever the fuck he's hitting? No, but to be a serviceable guy that plays once every 4 days, give me that. And that's all you can ask.
It's not even serviceable, John, right now. It is.
No, I'm saying in general, like just
100%.
Like coming into this year. That's all I was asking.
Like if we get a huge Tyler Heineman drop off, everyone should be level-headed and say, okay, I kind of think that's the player.
Look at other teams' backup catchers. Who do the Phillies have backup?
Oh, fuck, I forget his name.
He played today.
Yeah,
he was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is Marchand the backup catcher?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, that's their backup. I don't know who the fuck that is, to be honest with you. But it's fun watching this team right now, man. 6-1 homestand. 8 out of their last 10 they've won, which is an awesome stat to read out again. That's fucking unbelievable. And right now, as of right now, they're tied for a playoff spot. I believe they will still be because the Mariners are losing right now, or the Twins, or any of those teams are losing. So they're going to go into this Twin series this weekend tied for a playoff spot, or half a game back, I believe it is, actually. There's not many more good things I could say besides the fact that this offense is doing what we kind of expected it to do, right? Like,
in a whole different way than we thought, though.
Yes, no home or one home run today. But
Bo was awesome.
guys
Yeah.
guys are finding gaps. Guys are finding holes. You have the Ernie Clements of the world, who's leading third base in American League third base in WAR in the month of May. Like Addison Barger's taken a step. Miles Straw has been great. Davis Schneider has been awesome. Lefty masher since he got called back up. Tons of things that are happening right now with this team that we kind of thought was this team last year, right? It's kind of the same roster as it was last year.
For the guys who are putting it together right now,
Yes,
yeah, because
yeah.
there's no Santander, then Jimenez had been hurt.
Yeah.
But when I look at this team, this is a very elementary way to kind of put it, but there's a lot of guys who are just doing their job right now.
Yeah.
Just doing their goddamn job.
Yeah.
And doing it very well.
For sure.
Getting to the next guy. There's a fun identity to this team of guys who are going to fucking battle in the box. We don't have a guy who's going to go out there and mash. We don't have Cal Raleigh who's going to save this offense from everyone who's doing shit. It should be Vlad, who should be at 24 home runs right now, like Cal Raleigh is, which is an insane thing to say. But this is a full group effort.
Yeah.
And the group as a whole seems like they're having a really good time. And they're enjoying the way they're putting together some at-bats and battling. And
I hate saying this saying, but winning truly is contagious. Offense is contagious. Even pitching out of the bullpen's contagious. You see your guys that you're with the entire game sitting in the bullpen watching the game throw up zeros, you want to throw up zeros. And that's what this team's been kind of doing, man. From top to bottom of the order today was awesome. I mean, Vladdy's on base streak, lost, which sucks, but the Ernie Clement double, I have no idea how he hit that. The ball almost bounced. Single today, Alejandro Kirk, who I cannot say more glowing things about what this guy's done for this baseball team. This guy, I think I can comfortably say, this is a bad take, he is the backbone of this team. The team goes wherever Alejandro Kirk goes. He's so good defensively, and when he can hit the ball as hard as he's been doing right now, like his Silver Slugger season, it's just everyone does it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll kind of push back a little bit. Like when Kirk's really hot, the ceiling for this team goes crazy because he can be a very good Major League Baseball player without being able to hit. Pretty much, like that's the thing that shows how good his value is, and he's able to control the staff really well. So I will say that, like the pitching staff, how well they do, kind of does go through Kirk as well. Maybe it's a game plan thing too, but Kirk being a good hitter substantially raises the ceiling of this lineup, man. And you put him in the 4-hole, like. Also, Andres Jimenez at some point being in the 4-hole for this team seems like a fever dream. I cannot believe he started the season in the 4-hole.
Because you look back on those lineups and you go, wait, like Addison Barger wasn't there yet? Like Addison Barger wasn't playing yet? Like
Rodin was starting.
I mean, I'm not giving up on Rodin, obviously. That wasn't a chirp on Rodin. It's just he's got to figure it out with the ground ball stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on there with that. But I think Alejandro Kirk, for me, is the perfect 5-hole hitter on a good team.
Sure.
He drives guys in, hits the ball hard, has been hitting the ball hard in the air, which is helpful, especially when there's guys on. Alejandro Kirk, this season especially, I can't say enough good things, and it's coming off of a buy low spot for Ross Atkins. He paid Alejandro Kirk going into this season. There was a couple naysayers out there based off how bad he has been offensively since the second half of 2022, and he has absolutely shut everyone up. He is...
It's really nice when you pay someone and then they not a shot at Vlad, but like you get
taters.
I wasn't even thinking of taters, but
taters.
You get the immediate payoff. It's like, okay,
Ross the boss.
Nice, good deal here.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about the Bowden start, and it's just so frustrating when you don't even give the team the chance.
And
if you keep it within 4, I think this team's got a good chance of being able to score and put up some runs. So that's just kind of my thing. Like I hate right now when they're just not going to be competitive kind of on the mound. Sure. And that's the most.
And I think the Bowden talk has to be had. I mean, he had a great start against the Rangers. We did talk about that.
Yeah.
But the home run problem is going to kill this team at some point. I mean, essentially every 5th day. And I love Bowden, one of my really good buddies on the team. I text him a lot. The home run stuff has to get figured out, and if it doesn't, you have to either send him down or you throw him in the pen and just let him kind of let it eat, like the Y-Rod situation. But I really don't know what to do with Bowden because the home run problem is obviously on elevated fastballs that guys just hit to the moon. But that was a tough momentum killer after an awesome series that start.
Yeah, it seems like he's lost some velo and some carry up in the zone. And there's Caleb Joseph was talking about it the whole time. He's just like, there's never a ball in. Like they're super comfortable and they can stand in there the whole time. I think the home run problem has given it like PTSD where he doesn't want to go into guys.
He just should just challenge.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, the home run problem's just gonna happen. Who fucking cares? Like, let's try and get back aggressive in the zone with it too. And it's when they talked about Rays players, they said throughout the minors, their catchers are just gonna set up in the middle and their stuff's good enough where they just throw it down the middle and it moves enough where they're fine. Bowden, it almost looks like he does that, and it does the exact opposite effect. Like, we just got to get him on the corners a little bit. I don't know what it is. Like, I'll try and look a little deeper into it too, but it's been tough.
Sequence. I
mean, nothing's going the other way.
When you're not locating your off-speed pitches well, like what he's not doing right now, hitters can just spit on that and just wait for an elevated fastball and kind of just launch it, right? I mean,
and when the fastball provides no danger either, you can sit off speed.
Because, again, an elevated 93-mile-an-hour fastball is kind of a cookie pitch to big league hitters.
Yeah, I think it ends up in the middle too often.
Yeah.
And it could be a tipping thing mixed with the pitches just not being that phenomenal, too.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on Bowden. I think Bowden will hopefully figure it out and be a crucial part to this team. But as of right now, it's hurting the team more than it's helping them, which sucks. And I do think he will figure it out. And it's that second half of last year, you can show all the advanced stats bullshit. He was a dog, man. He was fun to watch, and I think people kind of forget that.
Yeah, we want him to get back to that, no doubt. And it's the Max Scherzer thing, where it's, hey, as soon as he went down, Bowden became way more important.
Yeah.
And it hasn't worked out.
It's like that meme, I became important at my job. Yeah, I think, I don't know what you do, but again, I tweeted this, and I think it makes a lot of sense, man. You got to give the Lauer the keys to be a starter, right? And what they're doing with him is kind of pissing me off, Avery, because he's going tomorrow. They said he's starting, but he just threw 4 innings 2 days ago, right? Or 4 days ago.
He's actually starting.
He's starting tomorrow. So they're clearly not going to stretch him out to become a starter if they keep throwing him in these miscellaneous spots.
Unless they wait till after this one to give him the full multiple days rest. That's the only way you do it. Like, it's, hey, Eric Lauer, because what was he, 3 or 4 innings against the Rays?
He pitched on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, because he came in for Bowden. I think it's like, hey, 2-3 innings tomorrow, and then it's full bullpen game after that because they said Bowden's going to make the start on Sunday, so that's not bullpen after that. I think you get Eric Lauer 2-3 innings tomorrow. Like, that's just based on pitch counts probably for the guy. And then the next start is, hey, we're set up to
yeah. What a story Eric Lauer's been. I mean, this dude was Nihao pitching in fucking Asia last year after having he's had some really good success as a starter in the big leagues. And now he is the guy who I have the utmost confidence in. I was going to ask Bryson at breakfast on Tuesday because Bryson even said it to me, actually. Like, when you have guys in the other team saying it to you, he looked at me, he's like, Eric Lauer should start. Like, he's like, Lauer should have started.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I forgot what he said on why he is so unhittable. I think it's the I don't know if it's tunneling. I forgot what he said. Fuck. But
what's Easton Lucas's deal right now?
I think he's still in the pen.
So then he'd probably
piggyback off Lauer.
Probably be the bulk guy, or he might be the bulk guy in waiting for
Sunday.
Yeah, for Sunday.
Yeah, but I think Easton Lucas should be the starter on this team. I don't think anyone really disagrees with that.
Eric Lauer is who you're talking about.
Eric Lauer, sorry. Eric Lauer should be the starter on this team. And we have thumb watch on Max Scherzer. I mean, he threw a bullpen, I believe, 50 pitches on Tuesday. Bryson, by the way, I don't know if you saw the clip of Schwarber going onto the field to fuck with Scherzer. Bryson orchestrated that, apparently. He told me that.
Schwarber in full uniform getting out there, too, was so funny.
Bryson said, you won't do it. Or no, what they said is they mentioned it at dinner because they all had dinner on Sunday. The Hoffmans, Schwarber, Scherzer, all the guys. Like, Bassett was there. I don't know if Bassett was there. But they all had dinner on Sunday. And, I think Schwarber, as a joke, did it just to fuck with him. But that would have been hilarious if he did that. But yeah, nothing more to say about Tuesday's game besides, Addison Barger, 4 straight home run games. correct?
That was the last of it. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 straight home run games. And then on Tuesday, we get the absolute pitchers duel. Jose Barrios has been awesome. I think view something from the Six or some guy on Twitter. I keep fucking his name up. It's a blue Twitter profile picture. Tweeted it, and Jose Barrios has a sub-3 ERA his last 5 starts. Really good K per 9. Walk per 9's been great. Jose Barrios looks awesome, and that's a stopper right there, especially after that Bowden appearance. The bullpen got worked a shit ton on Tuesday. Jose Barrios comes in there, just absolutely shoves. Couple tough spots. The base loaded 1 out situation.
Yeah,
I was a little bit scared. Got out of that. But I will tell you a story. For that game, I was sitting in the Phillies family section. I had Bryce Harper's wife beside me, like 2 seats beside me. Drew, who's Bryson's wife, was beside me. I was with her the entire day. And I'm just playing games on the iPad with Bryce Harper's kid. And I'm looking at this kid. I'm like, Crew, I was like, in my mind, I was like, this kid has no idea his dad's like a 500 millionaire. Like, this kid has no idea. So I was just playing games on the iPad with him.
Did they have a nice iPad?
Not really. It was like a normal iPad. But the thing that was crazy was, so like in the 3rd or 4th inning, Romano's family comes down, and they're sitting behind me. And Romano comes in the game later, and I am like, and so I have Romano's family behind me, Hoffman's family, who I know Marissa, like I consider Marissa a friend. She's sitting over there. So I'm like lightly cheering on like the Jays and Hoffman, because Hoffman would have been in line for the win. I'm with Hoffman's kids as well. They're sitting beside me playing with Bryce Harper's son. And Romano blows it. And I could just see in the back of my head, like just the family just in hell. Like, I can't imagine your son being a closing pitcher in Major League Baseball. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
It's
especially for the Phillies.
Probably the worst thing ever.
Like, they were behind me, and they're just, like, kind of sunk in their seats while the crowd is obviously cheering. His dad was behind me, his mom, his wife, his sister, Jules Allure, the fuck her name is on TikTok. But I felt terrible. I did not cheer for that walk-off. That was the first walk-off Toronto Blue Jays I've ever had in my life. I did not cheer. I just stood there.
You just had to know, time and the place
dick and like just go bananas after the Kirk walk-off.
I've realized that Jordan Romano was my favorite player on the Toronto Blue Jays. He really was my favorite player.
His stats wrong. He gets so much flack, dude. Like,
it was unnecessary, but him being an Ontario Blue Jay to the Toronto Blue Jays and being the closer, he really was my favorite player. And I finally I came to grips with that this week. I was like, man, I do really miss him, and watching him play was awesome, playing the same organization. So it sucks to see what has happened to that. But at that point, I was like, that Kirk swing was fucking unbelievable, man.
And going back to the Romano talk, I watched the highlight film they made for him and stuff like that. You kind of get emotional, man, because those teams were fun. Like the 2021 teams that he was on, 2022 was so fun. 2023 was fun. They made the playoffs, besides what the negative fucks on Twitter say about the bullshit offense. He was a massive instrumental part in the happiness that we have had for the Toronto Blue Jays over the last 5 seasons. And to hate on him even when he's gone is just outright stupid. He was so fucking good for this team, man. 2.84 ERA as a Blue Jay. I think he has a saves record. Remember that correctly? Or up there for it. I can't say enough good things about Jordan Romano, so I will not be hating on him, to be honest with you.
No, it was a double agent move at the end there for us to do it. But again, if people who are gone, it's like it doesn't matter.
But if you're a Phillies fan and you're blaming Romano for that, get your head checked out, because your offense scored 1 run.
Your offense
and they had bases loaded multiple times, 5 runners left on base. Like, blame the offense. And that's the obvious way. Again, you pay Romano to get a 0 there, like you talked about with the Chad Green stuff. But the offense was a crucial part of that, and they were just silent this series.
Yeah,
the Phillies offense.
The big swing from the Jays that wasn't Kirk was the Bo Bichette triple.
Wow, first one since 2019, I believe they said it was.
A 3-0 hack too. That I was like, okay, you kind of got to take here. I was thinking to myself as I was watching this, and you see leg kick and you see intent, and it's like, oh, he's fucking swinging, and just ball takes off into left center field. That was an awesome bow swing, and we got another awesome bow swing today. It's been fun to watch. Like,
isn't it crazy? Avery, there was people on Twitter, like on Blue Jays Twitter, trying to make compelling cases on why the Blue Jays should not extend Bo Bichette.
No, I was thinking about trading him as of last week.
I'm saying like because of they were saying,
like
this
washed.
Sample size from like it was like July 2023 to like June 2024 when he was injured for like 4 of those months. It's like, what are we doing, dude? At the end of the day, Bo Bichette is a fucking hitter. He is a hitter.
Yeah.
He rakes, and the power surge has come. 8 home runs in the last 5 weeks, I believe the stat is. Bo Bichette is a piece you build around with Vladdy, whether you like it or not, because once he ages, I'm sure he's fine with moving his ass to second base.
So I have a problem with what the second base position has become. We used to have so many
Athletes, yeah.
not even athletes. We used to have so many cool second basemen, and we've lost it.
Well,
Robinson Cano, like Chase Utley, that style. Bo Bichette is old school, really cool second baseman, is what I kind of decided. If Bo Bichette was playing second base, the problem is you're gonna have to pay him as a shortstop, and I don't think anyone wants. I don't think anyone wants to pay him as a shortstop. People want to pay the bat because the bat's sick. The defense, he's been good at shortstop. Yeah. Long term, like he's not like been that fast. He's not getting more athletic. This shouldn't be a hate thing at all. Like the only rational argument I would take from people online is, hey, I don't know how he's going to age at the shortstop position, and I wouldn't want to pay him as a premium shortstop over that amount of time.
But the thing is, though, to be a successful team, and when you're trying to build around a core, you have to suck it up and eat shitty years of a contract to be good.
I think Bo Bichette's a winning player, so I would pay him that, and that's where my mind kind of goes.
Yeah, I love Bo. I think he's an awesome player, and these last couple weeks have been so sick.
I want to say Dustin Pedroia, really cool second baseman, like that style. We don't have that anymore.
I think my favorite was Robbie Cano, man. Like the lackadaisical throws he would make, where it looked like doesn't give a fuck.
Like a power bat as a second baseman. Where are we getting that anymore?
Bo Bichette, he would be a fun second base. I think we got to start the argument, Avery. Does Tony Taters hold this team back? Because do you remember the run they went on when he was on the IL? Yeah, well, the Seattle run.
We thought about Jimenez too. Jimenez was great.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yesterday he was great. And
speaking of yesterday, I forgot about this. We got to talk about the reason they won that game yesterday. And it's not Alejandro Kirk. It's not the pitching. They're parts of it, obviously. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 9th inning.
Well, he would have scored from first.
I don't think he would have scored from first.
I think he would have. But this was
single
great.
Up the middle, hits at 109. By the way, I think it was 109. I look over at Drew, and I go, I think he's gonna steal here. New catcher in the game. Yeah. Right. Vladdy, I think it was second pitch. I forgot what it was. Tries to steal second. The catcher not even in the same stratosphere as being warm. 2 hops it to second, and then he scores on a hit by Kirk. I think that is for the crowd that says Vladdy doesn't care, Vladdy doesn't hustle, he's lazy as fuck. You show them that video. You show him the baseball instinct to go to second there to steal with a cold catcher was amazing for me. It really was.
It was fun, like in real time. It was funny because Vlad's running. He has the full look into.
Always does it, by the way. He does. Like, I don't know why he does that.
Well, it's because you have to.
Well, it slows you down a little bit, though.
It does do that, but usually you're worrying if someone's making contact.
Yeah.
Because it's not 2 outs. It's like, hey, if he hits the ball, I need to know if it's in the air to kind of see it. That's not a stolen base thing to do, really. Guys who steal bases are run all the way through. But Vladdy slides in. It looked like he tried to swim move both of his hands. He's like. And he was in with so much more time. But that's a winning baseball play. I doubt he was told to steal.
No, that's no chance in hell.
Because if he gets thrown out.
And I'll be honest, I don't even know if I would have been really mad at him for that.
Probably.
And that catcher?
I mean,
but I know the catcher was a bum, to be fair. Like, he knew that guy had a noodle arm and was just into the game.
And he did.
Romano was throw to the plate. That's what
exactly,
we forgot about.
Yeah, it was
we forgot about that when he was a Blue Jay.
It was a big leg swing. Well, because he thinks it's Vladdy. He's like, hey, I've seen him play. Yeah. I don't think he's going to steal here.
You brought up a good point that I'd like to discuss, actually. You said, how much does it help a catcher hitting a pitcher that he's caught for 6 years? And I think it helps a lot.
Really? I think the exact opposite. I think that's overblown.
I think it helps a lot. I think the fact that Alejandro Kirk knows Romano is a 2-strike pitcher, he's called the games for him before, he knows what he's comfortable doing in certain situations, I think it helps you more than it diminishes the at-bat for you. I think Alejandro Kirk, I mean, again, I'm not going to say he's going to hit 1,000 off Romano, but like, I think it helps him more than if it was a guy he's never caught before.
I would tend to say so. I never caught, and this is, I'm not saying this as fact because this can be wrong. My thought is seeing him in spring training is better than him catching him all the time. Romano throws 2 pitches. You're getting one or the other. You can sit on one. Like, it's a 50-50 chance. And Alejandro Kirk called the game, so Romano's not really thinking that much. He had a 50% chance. I think the view from catching behind the plate and your eyes when you're hitting are so different that it's not the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, the ball is moving a little bit differently. I don't think it definitely doesn't hurt you knowing
I think he
the
was
guy's
sitting fastball there, though, because
Absolutely.
how late he was on that elevated 98 one that he missed on.
Exactly.
I think he was sitting fastball there. A little bit of a decoy, as the kids call it. And just, oh my God, Avery, he shot on that.
That was just barrel on plane and just took off.
2 strikes.
I couldn't believe the ball. I was just flying through the air and just back. I was like,
I didn't realize because I was
going to go out.
Because I was watching Vladdy, I didn't realize the ball almost left the yard. Like, I thought it was just a double off the wall.
Really?
Like, it was like 2 feet from the wall.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that could have been a 2-run bomb.
I really wish it went out. It
I
would've been
love
so
Kirk, man.
cool. How many walk-offs do we have from Kirk? It feels like
It's 3 this year already, they said.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a couple last. I remember the Cardinals won last year too.
Every walk-off is thick Jesus. We just have to accept it now.
And
That's
I
just what
loved. Did you see the video of him tossing his helmet? That was the first time I'd seen Alejandro Kirk show like
he's so cool.
that much emotion in a long time.
So fucking cool. He's my wife's boyfriend. He's the absolute man, dude. I love Kirk, and you could tell the team loves him too, man. Just the way they rally around him, they're ripping his jersey off, throwing shit at him. He is just the absolute GOAT. Shout out Alejandro Kirk, and he's going to be here for 4 more years, or 5 more years, I guess.
5 more years,
right?
yeah. I don't think.
Just awesome stuff. So I guess we can talk about today's game. Just an absolute dog walking. Just an absolute dog walking. Everyone on the offense got a hit besides Vladdy today, which makes it even crazier. But Bo Bichette was awesome. Alejandro Kirk 3 for 4. Dropnik Mark put him in the same tier as Adley Rutschman. So, but just
Today was awesome. Just
Chris
a guy.
Bassett, dude.
But it's good when you have this because they can totally change lefty righty. Like Luzardo, if you looked at his numbers pregame, he
300 average on righties.
Yeah, 300 against righties. He was giving up. He was like 212 against lefties.
Yeah.
You stack. You're able to create a full right-handed hitting lineup. Pretty much, right? Like, everyone was right-handed today.
Yeah.
He had some.
I think the biggest thing about that is, besides what you tweet about John Schneider, besides what you tweet about the front office, why isn't Barger in? The internet's free. You can just look what Luzardo does against lefties.
Yeah, they're looking at the
like
same
you think they're
thing.
just chalking the lineup up and not thinking about anything.
Sometimes you'd want to get like Addison Barger's numbers against lefties aren't good.
They're not, and the minors are not good either, which is a larger sample size than what it is here.
Yeah, I mean
right?
he got the hit off Christopher Sanchez on Tuesday, but it was like basically a swinging bunt too. I was looking at some of the Addison Barger stuff, how I would attack him too. I think it's time to throw him spin down and in. I think it's the Roden way. He's not getting to too much down in the zone, but people are just afraid to go into
If
him.
he learns to lay off that, he can be a very scary hitter.
And he has been laying off it right now. Like,
Yeah.
he's been that good. But I was just like, hey, kind of just attack him the same way and see what he can do. He has just been mashing. If you look at the zones of where his home runs are, like 75 to 80% of them are just middle. He just crushes meatballs.
But that's good hitters, though. They talk about Judge like that, meatball merchant.
Major league pitchers are going to make mistakes. And if you put it in the middle of the zone, he's going to hit it to fucking hell. And that's awesome to watch. But again, like, how are you going to get better at facing left-handed pitchers if you don't do it? And that's the give and take you make between player development and putting in.
But I'll push back on that, though, Avery, because I think the way you can be a very good baseball team is by putting guys in situations they're going to excel in. For example, you leave Ernie Clement at third against lefties, Barger at third against righties. Combined, they have the best WAR in baseball at third base. That's the way you make a successful baseball team.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But it's like the superstars don't sit against a certain hand pitching.
For sure. But I think this year, while the growing pains are still happening for Barger, you put him in situations to get his confidence and to excel in. He's going to get the odd at bat against a lefty when he's in a game and a reliever comes in, sure. Yeah. But I think that right now it's working, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Ernie's been awesome.
I got absolutely no problems
Yeah.
with how it happens because they were telling a story on the broadcast this week where Kyle Schwarber went out this offseason and just said, hey, I'm going to get better against lefties. And he has like some of the best numbers against lefties he's had in his career. Like,
Yeah.
I think it can be done. It's just like, how can you possibly do it in the offseason if you're not facing pitching? It's more of a player development thing that I want to chat with someone else about at some point too. Today's game, fucking awesome.
So
when you get Chris Bassett on the mound and it's like, hey, I'm going to spot you 6 runs, 7 runs, 8 runs. Let's just see what you can do after that. That's the best way to pitch.
1 run he gave up.
And you just save the bullpen a bit. It was an awesome game, man. Trey Turner going back over his head and he dropped
on the Heineman
and he kicks it into the outfield even more. Like that's not stuff that happened to the 2024 Toronto Blue Jays because they were ass. It was like bad attitude, all of that. It's just like sometimes the luck just totally changes, man.
What is your confidence you think, like, right now in this ball club going forward? I mean, they've done it against good teams, contrary to popular belief on what people I mentioned said. They've done it against good teams, and they've also done it against bad teams. And they've had, like, a little bit of struggles throughout the way, but again, chalk it up to the game of baseball. That's just what happens in the game of baseball. I'm having tons of fun watching this team, man. Like, I can't remember last year, I talked about it with you on stream. Like, last year, I wouldn't give a fuck if they were playing. Again, you obviously watch it because this is our job, but like now I'm giddy until the Jays game. It's like, let's fucking go. Let's put up another 1,000 spot.
Dude, Monday without the game, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
It's like,
especially after a sweep, man. That sucked.
It really did. I love watching this baseball team as they are right now, too. And I can't believe they're getting the contributions from everyone. You have Dalton Varsho go down, and you have Anthony Santander go down, and they just keep rolling, man, this machine right now.
And another great thing for the series coming up against Minnesota, you didn't know this. I already knew this going into the series, but Pablo Lopez, 8 to 12 weeks. We're going to be missing him in this series. Sign me up for that shit. I have PTSD watching that guy pitch against the Blue Jays. But, just, again, it's just a night and day brand of baseball from what we have been used to for the past year and a half, right? It's like there's no bathroom break on this team. There's no part of the lineup that comes up to the plate and you're like, all right, I'm fine taking a piss here. I'm fine going to the bathroom here, maybe gooning in the bathroom. I get to watch appointment television Toronto Blue Jays games, and that's all you can ask for. 4 games above 500, tied for a playoff spot, and you quote tweeted the tweet we talked about this really rough stretch. What's the record now in it?
11-7, 12-7. 12-7 over this rough stretch. Some of the teams' records have like completely flipped.
Well, the A's fallen off a cliff.
The A's were 500 at the start of that too, and I think the D-backs have gotten worse as well. But they've been navigating this stretch really, really well.
And we said we'd be happy with 500 during this stretch, man. Right? Like
not satisfied now.
Yeah, now I'm not satisfied. Now 500 during that stretch would be, for me at least, a massive disappointment when you're 5 games above.
I do think there's a huge discrepancy about. Dude, we might be on cheating watch, by the way.
The home splits?
We're so good at home. We're so good.
You know what? That test we have to fight our demons this weekend against the Twins.
You have 3 straight series on the road.
Yes.
Right now. And they have been,
You know what's crazy? They got Philly next week again.
Next weekend, right?
Yeah.
Where do they go in the middle?
Fuck, I knew this.
Someone punching their steering wheel. Classic. I mean, you're going to say it. I'm going to know. Right?
Cardinals. Fuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they go Twins, Cardinals, Phillies. And then D-backs. Game 14, first pitch.
We got to start practicing.
Yeah, we got to start practicing. Listen, I'm not really... Again, in my mind, I've played the situation out so many times because we've been on the field so many times, but I've never been on the field with like 20,000 people still in the crowd or 25,000, whatever the fuck it's going to be.
Dude, we're so lucky that it's a 3 o'clock.
Could you imagine if it was a Friday game? Holy shit. I'd airmail one. I'd absolutely airmail one. But I think if you could rank the series for this season, where would you rank that one? Like in terms of like on a scale, actually say this, scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you after watching that? Because we both predicted they'd lose 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Dude, that's like an 8 out of 10 series for me.
'Cause-
I can wash game one because it was a bad pitch, and as soon as it's kind of what happened with the Phillies today. You get down to that big lead, you are
Dead.
It's demoralizing. I don't blame you wish them to be like more professional at bats after that, but
Yeah.
I don't blame guys.
And we have the spin zone though. If Bowden doesn't pitch on Monday, they win. They won 3-2 after the
second.
After the second.
I brought that up. I was like, you know what? If you take out the first and second inning,
Yeah.
they actually won that.
So the
game.
Jays won the last 9, 18, and then 6. 24 innings. They won the 24 innings out of the 27 in the series.
Pretty
I'll
good.
take that, actually. I'll sign me up for that. But yeah, that series, I got way more enjoyment out of that than the A's series because of the naysayers that would just like shit on it.
Yeah,
right?
I think the Barger 3-run tank on the Sunday game
That
of the
was cool.
A's was so sick.
That was cool.
That's probably one of my favorite moments so far.
Here's the thing, and I got a message to Blue Jays fan. If they lose this series against the Twins, it is not the end of the world, like some people will tell you. This team is still 4 games above 500, playing a really good stretch of baseball. But the one thing I will say is you got to ride the highs and ride the lows as they come. There has been a couple lows this season for sure. Obviously, this team at one point was 4 games below 500. But the highs have been awesome. And I alluded to it a couple weeks ago on the podcast. Like, when this team is firing and buzzing, it is going to be a joy to watch. And this team has never been a joy to watch in the past 2 years when they have been firing. Right now, everything's clicking.
Yep.
Unfortunately, aside from the starting pitching, which is kind of hesitant at some points, kind of fluctuates. But one thing I can guarantee you for certain is this offense is going to bang.
This offense is going to bang.
And that's without a 44 home run hitter you just signed.
Yep.
Like,
and the guy who's hit the most home runs for the team, pretty much. Like, Dalton Varsho's gone,
it's
too.
like, what do you do when those guys come back? Like, is Schneider going to get sent down again? Unfortunately. Like, but he's a lefty masher, though.
Yeah.
Like, Rodon, obviously, that guy will get sent down, right?
Yeah, if he's still going at how he is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess when Varsho and Santander come back, it's the Schneider and
Barger, yeah.
Barger talk. Or not Barger.
Nah,
Schneider and Rodon.
that's who I meant to say. Yeah,
Which sucks because Schneider's been awesome. Hitting balls hard again, getting deep in counts, which is what he's the best version of Davis Schneider is the one that sees a lot of pitches in an at-bat and hits a mistake into the gap.
Yep.
And we saw
or
that.
he walks.
Yeah.
That's how you know when his chase rate went out the window and he seems to get screwed on pitches. It was like, okay, I don't know this is definitely not the best version of the hitter that is Davis Schneider.
Yeah.
But
sure.
and like, man, there's guys doing it big in AAA, right?
We could talk about it. I was going to bring him up. Yo Hendrick, one of the craziest names of all time.
It's so sick. I said it to do you have anything to like actually say about him?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, it is funny how the prospects in the system now, we have that guys are starting to get high on. We're traded for Justin Turner, who's 40 when they traded him, and fucking Nate Pearson, who's in AAA. Like, out of all the moves, like you traded Yusei Kikuchi, you traded but Jano apparently, the guy that they traded for Jano is just raking apparently. I don't know what his name is.
That's the Cutter Coffee one, right?
There's another one.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but they said that's going to be a steal. Maybe Ross the boss doesn't really lose trades, actually, now that I think about it.
He loves deadline time, too. Johendrick Pananga.
Panongo?
Yeah, so it's the accent. I
Great name.
fucked that.
Great fucking name.
He, I was saying to like YJs and those guys, like, I think he can be our Willier Abreu. And I tweeted that out today. Similar. Venezuelan, lefty.
Great, same swing. Literally the exact same swing.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, literally
swing
like the exact
and
same
setup.
swing.
And like Willier Abreu got traded from the Astros for Christian Vasquez at the end of the deal. Like, that's how just same thing. And then Nate Pearson, similar deal going on.
Yeah, it is it seems like every single time I see a notification from like because RJ
Schreck got called up too.
Yeah,
and he launched his first
at bat 107 elevated.
Dude,
I'm not saying
I heard Brandon Barriera's throwing 99.
Yeah,
Johnny King has done great stuff in his complex league time. Cal Steven was great, 11
so
punch-outs.
Sick.
These things are kind of just shifting their ways, and it's nice to see. And even if these guys aren't legit fucking players, you get enough talk about them. You get enough like helium behind. You could trade them for good players at some point.
And
at a deadline.
yeah, that's the thing I wanted to bring up. Like right now, this team, when you're talking about the Blue Jays, you're talking about a team that could potentially be buyers at the deadline if they keep this up. And when you have these prospects, maybe it's propaganda. Maybe there's a little bit of a propaganda machine trying to prop these guys up so we can trade them at the deadline. But I think right now one of the main concerns is getting a pitcher, right?
Yeah, dude. I don't like when you think about some of the teams going deep. We don't have a guy who's going to win a game like a Skubal. I don't think we have that. I think we can like
Sure, Gossman's been fine though.
good. Yeah, they've been good, but it's just like, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to dominate. It's not like a Garrett Crochet. It's not like a Garrett Cole.
There's not many of those guys out there though.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but those guys help take you and when like your offense has to be so much better than everything else where you get into a game, bunch of matchups, like it's going to be low scoring.
For sure.
We kind of need to do that.
For sure.
But again, it also your rotation goes down to like 3 guys. You don't need to be as deep in the rotation.
Yeah,
You need to
I
have
think
the good.
the three guys you're throwing right now, unless you make a
Exactly.
big deadline acquisition. I think the name that has been brought up a lot, and I've gotten DMs about it, like talk about Zach Gallen. I think the name Zach Gallen, you said this point, is more sexier than the player right now.
As he is right now. Yeah.
I
For sure.
think I don't
The
think
numbers
that-
aren't great.
I don't think that's a move that makes me go, oh, all right. One name that was brought up, the Yankees fans talking about, a Peralta on the Brewers.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's a guy that is probably going to be a trade chip.
Yeah.
I think he has 1 year left on the deal. But
I mean, maybe you could get into like. I mean, the Padres are too good. That's stupid to say, but
no, I wouldn't do the Padres won't trade him. They're trying to get Duran probably. One thing that is pissing me off that we got to talk about is New York Yankees fans talking about acquiring Bo Bichette. If you think the most quiet, hates the media dude wants to play in the biggest market in America, not named LA, New York, you are the dumbest human being ever, one. And two, if you think the Toronto Blue Jays would trade Bo Bichette, who is probably going to lead the American League in hits or be up there, to their rival in their division while the Jays have a playoff spot, you are a moron.
and I don't
do
think
Yankees fans, I know, again, dumb question.
they are. They're Yankees. They're Leafs fans. Like the Leafs
They
fans.
think the entire league's their farm system.
Exactly.
It's like, let's just,
pick and choose the guys that
Yes.
they want, right? And I'm sure if we were NL fans, the Dodgers would probably be similar too.
Yeah.
When you're talking about fans talking about their prospects and people in media talking about prospects, that has consistently happened for the Yankees and the Dodgers all the time, where all the media members, they have so many, they get talked up like they're great players.
Yeah. Spencer Jones, 40 years old in AA.
I mean, that's not exactly, but it's like some other guys,
Yeah.
like Lombard being talked. He might actually be very
Well, he's
good.
wearing number 2 now for Jeter. That was one.
The tweet that someone put out that
I
George
couldn't believe
Lombard
that.
Jr.
Number
like-
2.
Yeah,
I almost
it's
puked
like,
when I read that
and
tweet.
then someone tweeted it right after. It was like, okay, Yankees fans do this to themselves because they create the most unrealistic expectations of 19-year-olds
And
to
then
be
they hate him.
to be Derek. Yeah, they
And then they hate him like Volpe. And
Exactly.
Volpe's actually panned out
Yes.
to be a good shortstop, and they hate his guts. Like,
It's the same thing.
It's
It's
wild.
like the Leafs fans, Easton Cowan last year. Again,
Yeah.
might be a good player. I'm not a hockey prospects guy, but you can talk some players up enough where people in the other markets think they might be better
whoa.
than they are.
yeah, that's fair. I think the Jays farm's in a good spot, but I don't give a fuck about the farm right now. The pro team is buzzing.
Yes.
The pro team is buzzing. 6-1 homestand, man. Some are saying home merchants, and I'm fine with that. You play 82 games at home. Let's win out of 600 pace at home and fucking and just go a little nuclear.
tread some water on
let's
the
tread
road.
some water on the road. But I guess we could do a weekend recap. By the way, for those of you wondering, for the first time ever, we will have a score bug on a Gate 14 live stream. Shout out Nick Bond, our
Yes.
guy, our GOAT. We will have, so tomorrow, Friday Beers, I'm going to tweet this out. We will have the first ever score bug on the live stream in Gate 14 history while we're boozing, having a good time. The vibes are high, 8 o'clock game. Be there. I cannot fucking wait for this shit.
And I'm not going to be held accountable if it somehow doesn't work, but
Or if we're not answering the
It
chat.
was
We're not
work-
answering the chat, yeah.
it was working today. And
Yep.
I'm
Fair.
very excited to be on the ones and twos producing that. So tomorrow, the stream, 8 o'clock game, right? Because they're on Central
Yep.
Time. very excited for that.
I'm loving it. I guess we can go into the weekend recap of our weekend preview. Where is it? So Friday, to be announced, but Tarek Lauer versus Bailey Ober. That's an over game, by the way, if I've ever fucking seen one.
Ober's been pretty good this year.
Kevin Gossman versus Chris Paddock, who has been okay. Bowden Francis versus Joe Ryan on Sunday. Jays lose 2-3.
I gotta do it.
Jays lose 2-3.
And we hope for the opposite.
We just keep mushing. Yeah, we just keep reverse jinxing it. Jays lose 2-3, but yeah, I'm not sure there's much more I could say besides the fact that we're 2 weeks away from, or 2 weeks today actually, from the Gate 14 first pitch. Fuck, that's coming up rapidly.
We have to be athletes that week because we got a big match on the Monday.
Oh yeah, we got a big match on the Monday. I don't know if we've announced it. Who's playing in it, but we'll announce that closer to the
I think we should wait
yeah.
and say it, but there's a big golf match happening.
There's a big golf match, us versus some Blue Jays players happening.
Yes.
Not this Monday, the Monday after. We can't say the course, obviously, I don't want people showing up, but it's going to be fun. We will see you guys tomorrow on stream. Big stream. Big fucking stream. We love to see it. Love you guys, man. Thank you guys for supporting us. The vibes could not be fucking higher. I hope the vibes stay high. Gate 14 forever. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. We will see you guys tomorrow night and then podcast Sunday night.